G'day everybody, Vegan Mark here, also known as Antibreeder. I want to talk in this video about the support of small businesses because it's something that's come up a little bit in Facebook posts. So when small businesses claim, or other people claim that small businesses need our help, what do they actually mean? And is this a valid statement? Small businesses obviously do not make a lot of money and they live on very frugal means sometimes. But that doesn't mean that small businesses are better than people who are more in need than, say, homeless people or people who don't have a small business but still need to survive. So this may include beggars, homeless people, charities, I don't know what else, families who don't necessarily have a small business or who work in another profession. So when we say that we're supporting small businesses, I understand this to mean it's better than supporting large businesses who already have a lot of money, but it doesn't mean that the money is necessarily going towards a cause which is completely minimalist and completely economical and efficient. So obviously where we spend our dollar is very important, but the fact that we are spending it rather than keeping it in the bank or keeping it in investments or keeping it for a rainy day makes things more confusing. So the questions we have to ask are very, very deep. Is the small business owned and profited off by people who are anti-breeders or minimalists or anti-natalists who are not going to produce more hungry mouths to feed? So it is with, if we spend $1 in an Asian community, in a poor African community, for example, we're giving that dollar to someone who is going to breed more children and is going to produce more waste in this world, even though that waste may not be as much as for someone in an industrialized country. It is still significantly more than someone who has no children at all. So I just wanted to establish that the idea that we should keep the economy going and that we should is often hand in hand with the idea that we should keep the human population ticking over. That it's commensurate with the idea that we need to produce more humans in order for the human population to keep on existing, which is totally bogus. We don't need the human population to keep on ticking over. We need less humans, and that's very hard to establish that fact in the minds of a lot of people who still live by this Schrdingers human population belief. So if you don't know what Schrdingers Cattle concept is, or you don't know what the Schrdingers human population concept is, I invite you to investigate what that is. Basically it means that the human population will either boil over or go extinct if we don't keep on populating it. So and that's a misconception which has been propagated by a lot of people, even vegans who don't know any better and don't know the full facts on human overpopulation and keeping things in trim for the better. So yeah, I hope that you've learned a little bit about the idea that we should not necessarily support small businesses. We know that small businesses do struggle more than large businesses do, but that's not the end of the story. Keeping the money to ourselves is the best thing that we can do in a situation, even through a coronavirus situation, even during a pandemic. There are so many ways to spend our money, but there are much better ways to keep our money and to invest it in better projects for the future. Thank you very much.